Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Ken Bauer. Today we gather to pay homage to beloved Lieutenant Jarvis Offutt. We are joined by members of his family, the United States Air Force, 55th Wing, and Royal Air Force 56 Squadron, who all share in his legacy. As a symbol of our gratitude for his sacrifice, we will place wreaths on Lieutenant Jarvis Offutt's grave. To bless the ceremony, Chapel Parish will lead an invocation.
Would you please pray with me? Oh God, we invoke your blessing upon our assembly today as we gather to honor and pay loving tribute to Lieutenant Jarvis Offutt. Help us not to forget the past and make us ever mindful of the courage and self-sacrifice of those who have gone before us. And Lord, we ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Chapel Parish. I'd like to begin by recognizing the Offutt family. Thank you for taking the time to help us honor Jarvis Offutt today. We are also joined by 55th Wing Commander Colonel Mike Mannion, Chief Master Sergeant Brian Kruzelnick, Royal Air Force Squadron Commander Dave Hockley, Master Aircrew Keith Wing, Sergeant Richard Schofield, as well as members of the 55th Wing Association, and Deb Miner and her team. She is Regent of the Major Isaac Sadler Lavelle View Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution, and her team led the effort finding the Offutt family. Thank you. I'd like to go over a little history of Lieutenant Offutt. First Lieutenant Jarvis Jenness Offutt was born October 26, 1894 in Omaha. He was the son of Charles Offutt, who served as the Speaker of the House of the Kentucky State Legislature, and his mother Bertha Yost Offutt. He was also grandson of Casper E. Yost, who was one of Omaha pioneers coming to Omaha in 1864 and having headed Northwestern Bell Telephone Company. Lieutenant Offutt had one brother, Casper, and a sister, Virginia. Jarvis Offutt graduated from Yale University in 1917. At Yale, he was a member of the varsity glee and banjo clubs, a member of Alpha Delta Phi fraternity and Yale trackman, winning his honors letter in high hurdles. He was also a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, whose membership is limited to students who have won high scholastic honors. His Yale roommate, Louis Bennett, later served as a pilot in World War I. While at Yale and during the border war with Mexico, Jarvis Offutt spent the summers at Tobiana, Pennsylvania, where he served as Supply Sergeant, Company B, Yale Field Artillery. Jarvis Offutt entered officers training camp at Fort Snelling, Minnesota in May of 1917. At his request, he was assigned to the aviation service and was one of 300 men sent from the United States to Camp Borden, Canada, to train with the United States detachment of the Canadian Royal Flying Corps. After his training, he was assigned to 22nd Aero Squadron at Camp Telfair near Fort Worth, Texas, where he received his commission as First Lieutenant in the Aviation Service Signal Corps on November 8, 1917. He was then sent to complete his training in England, first traveling to Long Island, New York, before sailing for England on January 24, 1918. Lieutenant Offutt was, for several months, assigned to special duty as a ferry pilot in the Royal Air Force, taking new planes from the English factories across the Channel almost daily to camps in France and returning old ones for repair. On August 12, 1918, he transferred to the front line, RAF 56 Squadron. The following extract from his last known letter written to a friend provides insight into his thoughts at that time. I leave at once for the big game, no longer the training stuff, but after the Bosch, over the lines, all the old hell that the German Archie can give me. After 3 months of this ferry pilot work, I have met and seen a good many squadrons and men in charge, but we must get together and attack Chase in his damn balloon. Did I tell you, I'm going over on the SE-5s. It's the kind of machine you'll want, and if Archie doesn't get me sooner than I hope for, then we must fly this game together. Sadly, on August 13, 1918, while practicing aggressive maneuver, he was killed in a crash while flying over Valquier, France. He was attached 56 Squadron of the Royal Air Force and was Omaha's first World War I air casualty. We come together today to pay the highest honor to Lieutenant Jarvis Offutt, to all the heroic men and women who lived with honor and devotion to the cause of freedom, As our predecessors were inspired with faith and hope in their struggles against oppression, it's our hope that the airmen of today may emulate the achievements of former times. May we be ever faithful in preserving these freedoms for those who come after us. Nothing is really ended until it is forgotten. Whatever is kept in memory still endures. Therefore, we place these wreaths in grateful recognition of his courage and sacrifice. May it help to keep alive an appreciation of our heritage. Lieutenant Hockey, would you like to make some remarks?
We're honoured to be here to represent Royal Air Force 56 Squad and the Firebirds, to join with you to celebrate the life and the memory of Lieutenant Jarvis Offutt, and also to strengthen the bonds of friendship and cooperation between our two great nations that are as relevant today as they were in 1918. I have a small traditional poem of remembrance. You may know it. If you do, please join in. They shall not grow old as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
Thank you, sir. Colonel Mann, please do the honors of closing us with remarks.
Thank you very much. I want to just thank everybody for coming out today as we remember. Today is a day of remembrance, but today is also a day of celebration. We remember the determination of Jarvis Offutt as we heard some of his own words as he was so anxious to get into the war, and he had spent his own times and his own summers preparing for the coming war, getting himself stronger and more ready for the fight. We remember that bond that airmen have, and we see that today right now as our members, our friends, our colleagues, 100 years strong from the 5-6 Squadron, the Firebirds, because they say once a Firebird, always a Firebird. And I can tell you that the greater Offutt family will always be considered Firebirds. So on behalf of a very grateful nation, and on behalf of the United States Air Force, the Fighting 55th Wing, and all of Offutt Air Force Base, we thank you, we honor you, and we will always remember Jarvis Offutt. Thank you so much.
This concludes our ceremony today. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to honor Jarvis Offutt. Thank you, Ken. Your contact information.
The 28th of September. Enjoy the cruise.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. It's a small ceremony, but it means so much to us. And you guys spent the day with us yesterday. Thank you very much. We can't thank you really well. Yeah. Let me take this one out
Yeah, we're out. Just headed back. I think they're back up to Iowa.
My grandfather or his grandmother are cast for
I'd rather be back with this.
That would be your
Yeah, right, exactly. That's right. That is a little unusual. Yeah, right. The Great Lakes of Iowa. Yeah, exactly right. Not a lot of competition.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, it's going.
Okay, good. They're good.
See the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I was about to leave the song by my dad. You guys want to do any interviews?
He'd probably love that, yeah. You need to kind of get over here.
Hey, how's it going? I know. Yeah.
He's running into you.
That was no, I understand.
Yeah, I did too.
Exactly right.